Hello, my name is Thomas Shaw, and I'm a student in Professor Donnelly's Principles of Ecology class at the University of Central Florida. Today I will be giving you brief summaries of the articles that I used for our annotated bibliography assignment about biodiversity. The first article that I came across was titled Winter Habitat Preferences for Florida Manatees and Vulnerability to Cold. This article was about an experiment that determined the amount of manatees from four subpopulations that used either power plant refuges, spring refuges, or passive thermal basin refuges in order to stay warm during cold weather seasons. The experimenters determined that Upper St. John's and Northwest Manatee subpopulations preferred warm water springs, and that the Atlantic Coast and Southwest Florida subpopulations preferred power plants and passive thermal basins. The second article was titled Observations and Relocation of a West Indian Manatee off Bimini, the Bahamas. This article basically tells how a group of observers noticed that a manatee was frequently visiting an area near the Bimini Islands and that they had to relocate the animal due to the fact that they couldn't find a definitive freshwater source for the manatee to survive on. The third article that I used was titled The Tidal Cycle Effects on the Occurrence of the Florida Manatee at the Port Everglades Power Plant. The experimenters wanted to determine if the tidal cycle had anything to do with how often manatees visited the Port Everglades power plant, and found that the tidal cycle had no effect, whereas the weather patterns did. The final article that I used was titled Low Genetic Diversity and Minimal Population Substructure in the Endangered Florida Manatee, Implications for Conservation. The experimenters from this article retrieved the tissue of 362 manatees and tested their genetic diversity. They found that there was low heterozygosity and that there was low allele richness. In other words, there was low genetic diversity.